Hello, I am Apocrypha from Apoc Industries, and welcome to day 16 of Nightfall. We have our walls pretty much all set up now. I'm going to turn off the turret coverage so it's a little clearer. We have our walls set up. We are mostly getting attacked down at our southern wall, probably because that's where we were, but also because there are lots of biters down there. And what we really need is a way to resupply this wall easily, and also get a train out to this iron patch, which we're going to make into an outpost. So what we really need to start doing is looking at building rails. So I was doing some thinking in between episodes here, and I think that we have a plan, and the plan is going to involve using this blueprint book, which is our aligned rails blueprint book, and we are going to put that, I think, right here, and I think this gives us, whoops, that's not what we wanted. And then here we're actually going to have a T-junction, because this is eventually going to go off to... that doesn't actually cut power off, does it? Hope not. This T-junction is eventually going to go off to our coal patch, and we're going to have to do some land filling and stuff for that, but one thing at a time. There's something else in here? No? Okay. So where is this? Right here. And then we're going to have a slide here. Shift that over. Then put a station junction right here. And this is what we're going to start with. We have a short station here, and we're going to clear out some of these trees before we start building, and we're basically going to build ourselves a pack station in here that'll give us easy access to all of our stuff. Probably build a belt mall in here. We have a blueprint book for that I put together. Yeah, but in the meantime, first things first, we are going to tear down some of this wall, because we don't need it anymore, quite frankly. I guess we can leave that there. We're going to try to avoid getting too close to where this wants us to build for now. Eventually we'll be able to use this station to feed our science as well. We'll probably have some of the science built off site and then brought in here. But until then, we should be protected from biters all around our interiors, so we should be okay to tear down most of this wall. Alright, let's get rid of some of these trees before we start building. Looks like there's also a bunch of rocks in here too, which doesn't help. Alright. Great. And we are gonna get rid of some of this already. So that we can get stuff kind of just at least laid out and maintaining power. Oh, is there anything that's actually powered here? Oh yeah, down here. All right, Good enough. Eventually our power is going to be supplied exclusively through our rail network, but for now it is not. We're also probably going to get very full on walls and stone, so let's go toss those walls back into a box and put the stone in our stone furnaces. Actually, we're probably going to need a bunch of landfill, so let's make that stone into landfill. Alright, and you guys are going to be limited if walls less than, say, 600. There. So now we've got our extra walls just kind of tossed in there. Rails, we don't have any at the moment, but we should be building them somewhere. We'll grab some of those. We will grab some signals, because I don't think that we have any signals at all yet. Alright. We need some big poles. Should be okay for buildy bots, I think. Lights we should also be okay with. Big poles, grab some. Medium poles might as well. Yeah, okay. And let's start building. And again, any of the stone that we get, we're just going to turn immediately into landfill. Because we're going to need lots of landfill for when we actually are taking, in particular, our train line out towards our coal. We might just bridge this little lake here directly. Not sure yet. Now, we do have space here to build a stacker if we are so inclined. We may be inclined, I'm not 100% sure. This is another place where we're going to need a bunch of landfill. This is a place where we're definitely going to need to landfill, so we might as well just start landfilling it. Because we should be able to plop down a bit more. Yeah, this is going to be a work in progress, obviously. Okay. We're not too concerned about that right now. Our first concern is going to be building down around here, where our pack station is going to be. So let's go ahead and build at least one stacker onto here. We have a short stacker lane here that plugs in, if you plug it in the right way, plugs in like this. Get rid of that. Really like to get rid of this too. We're probably cutting off electricity from something now, are we? Somehow not? Okay, it's connecting up through there. Sure, close enough. We'll just take this right out then. Okay. The most that we would expect to get through here is a couple of science trains, and they shouldn't need a stacker at all. What they do need is just, stations to go into. but we don't have stations yet. So I'm not entirely sure. Best course of action here is, let's turn off our bots for a sec. Let's do this. Let's build this part. So we know where a station would be if we decided to have one, because I don't think that we will decide to have one right away. Okay. What we will have is this pack station here, which will come all the way around. Because I think that because the science trains will at most have like one car on them, we can probably get away with having like a few smaller stations like here and like here or something, if we had a couple of different types of science. So we can probably just kind of squeeze them all in right there, and that'll be all right. And the other thing that we need is a place for our pack station to go. Whoops. It's going to be just like this. There. And for the time being, this should be fine, just like that. We will put our pack station here, I think. Wherever it is that it allows us to have 2 cars worth of stopping. Yeah. Okay, and we're going to call this Bootstrap Packs. There we go. We have enough to build a train? No, because we don't have steel. Lucky for us, we have steel right here. What a steal. And we are going to build one locomotive, or cargo wagon to go with that. There we go. Here's our PAX train. There we go. You get a bit of fuel. And you also get to go here forever. Fantastic. So we now have a train. And we're going to extend our road out to meet that train. And we've run out of bricks. Those should be easy to get though. There we go. It feels very strange having the walls open here now, but there's really no reason to keep them. They'll just get in our way. I feel very exposed without them, that's for sure. Okay, so there we go. The other thing that we may wish to consider is slapping a belt mall up here, but I'm not gonna concern myself overly with that right at the moment. What I will do is add some pretty lights. Because we do want things to be pretty. I don't know how we're going to get our bus through here. If we'll even need to get our bus through here. Not sure. What we will do is... Will this reach? Not really, yeah. Okay, what we'll do is put a large power pole here. We'll disconnect it. And then reconnect it. So it's not connecting with the other power poles down there. And put some lights. Because we do like our lights. There we go. And now when we hop out of our train, we hop out right where we want to. I'm going to make another cargo wagon just to make sure that it does open up here. It does. That is awesome. But we don't need that for now. We will actually just toss that in the other cargo wagon, which somehow works. Don't ask me how. Okay. Great. So that's a good place to start. We need to get some more stones so that we can get some more landfill, so that we can fill in to make our T-junction out to the coal. That'll probably be the first place that, first thing that we tap is the coal. Because coal allows us to consider building a smelter, like a smelting station somewhere. We can't really consider doing that until we have the coal tapped. And at the same time, there's no real reason to do it until we have that iron tapped. So, yeah. We'll also come through here at some point and collect all of our turrets that we have placed, but not a super high priority for now. What we may do, however, is collect all this stone and jam it into landfill. Because we were just talking about how we needed some stone for landfill. A lot of it is turning into coal because of the fact that it's large stones, and those large rocks, or whatever they are, they turn into stone and coal. It still feels weird not having this wall here after we've used it for survival, but it is what it is, and progress comes with feeling weird, I guess. That's the motto for today. Progress comes with feeling weird and exposed. Perfect. How much landfill do we have? Not nearly enough. Let's grab some more stone and make some more landfill. And then we can go finish off that T-junction. Oh, the big thing was getting supply down to this this place down here. So we'll have to figure that out. So this really shouldn't be a priority, but we're going to make it a priority anyway. That is probably not enough landfill, but it'll do for now. What else do we have here? Some more walls. What is this? A wooden chest? We can do better than that. There we go. We have a damaged wall somehow. There we go. Keep our gates on us, that's alright. We'll go down to our trash disposal and dispose of some of this wood and coal. I assume that the wood went somewhere. Where would that have gone? Oh, some of it went in here, actually. That's interesting. Cool. It's going places, anyway. That's all we really need to know. We'll grab some more rails as well, because I suspect we're going to need them. How are we doing for signals? Not so good. We'll grab some more signals. That's odd. There we go. And we can... Actually, we're going to use this cargo wagon. Here's a fun little trick. We can, I don't know if it's just with nanobots, but we can set some of these materials inside our train, and nanobots will prefer to use the materials that are inside the train. And then as we start picking up stone from where we are going to be plowing through things, like, for example, all this stone right here. We can just plop that into the back of our train. And let's set this to trees and rocks only and clear out all this. Let's just get rid of all this. There we go. And we will landfill in what we need to in here, which I suspect was not nearly enough. You can see already that it definitely was not. So we can take this out and make some more, which is still not going to be enough. We need our junction. Where is it at? It is. There's that. And we still need some more stone. Do we have stone anywhere nearby we could grab? Yeah, there's some right there. Let's grab that. Alright. It's probably still not enough to actually be able to do this, but maybe it is. Toss our junk in here anyway. And let's see. Aha! Here we go. We have our T-junction. Perfect. A little bit messy right now, but that's okay. We're also gonna build some gates here. And build this through. And this gives us access to the more northern bits of our territory once we get to that, but we're not. That's a ways off yet. We're not there yet. One thing that I was thinking about maybe putting a end of line there, but nah, we'll be fine. What we are going to do is go forward a bit, back up into here. We're going to be able to back up enough to turn around? I don't think so. That's a shame. Okay. Well, let's slap an end of line station up here then. And what I mean by an end-of-line station is, with this rail pack we've got here, this rail book, we have an end-of-line, which looks like this, and this just gives us an end-of-line station, which we can then come back to easily if when we come back to build more of this rail. I love building rails like this. And you can just go straight home. Ah, and then finally we can just enjoy the ride. Cool. This is also where we would want to be setting up our garbage disposal to feed back into our smelters, but that might be a project for another time. In the meantime, we will take a couple of steel chests, a couple of filter inserters, and pull the junk out. That is what we will do in the meantime. You will be... Hold on now. We want to have these probably coming out into one spot like this, which means that we'll have it like this. There we go. That, like that. I am almost assuredly thinking about this too much. Too much. You will be coal. You will be wood. Where's wood? There. And this will be fed back into our junk box so that it can, you know, get rid of all of our junk for us while our train is parked here. While we're getting more resources and stuff for building. Okay. So this is a good start. The next thing that we're going to be doing is basically taking this train and figuring out how to get down to our wall, which is probably going to be mostly a straight shot down and then a bit of diagonal, which will look something like... This is really hard to do going south, isn't it? This, and then we put on our cruise control, and then just start chucking stuff in the back as we go. And the cruise control mod allows us to have our train continually be propelled forward, so that we don't have to hold down the button, basically. And then every now and then we will plop down a radar, make sure that we get radar coverage. We will occasionally toss an end of line so that we can get back here easily when we need to. And then as we go through here, we loop back around and head home. And so that's basically what it's going to look like for the next little while as we build our tracks down towards our southern wall. We'll clean up some of these power poles as we do that. Because our power should be coming all through this rail line now. Which reminds me, we should probably hook this up for real to our home power so that we can disconnect all this junk as well. But again, a project for another day. Meanwhile, let's go make sure that we have our stone topped off because we're probably going to be going through a lot of rails in the next couple of days. So yeah, this has been day 16 of Nightfall. Thank you for joining me.